Hello, sisters. Welcome. This is Jonita D'souza. Looks like we are live. I'm gonna check few things before we begin. Welcome to the Feminine Wisdom Bites number 2 for this week, the new moon in Capricorn transmission. It's a beautiful time to connect with our feminine wisdom, so why not? I hope you got the time to watch the Feminine Wisdom Bites number 1 yesterday, where we spoke about desires, the truth about desires, and I hope I was able to inspire your feminine in some or the other ways. If not, watch the replay and let me know. I'm curious what came up for you. I shared a lot about conflict, confusion, and the truth regarding our true deep desires. So I'm curious to hear your experience, how you're feeling in the body. And I'm really excited to be present here for our day 2 new moon in Capricorn transmission. We are in the first lunar cycle of 2021. And new moon usually is the time for a reset, a rebirth, a restart. And if we look at Capricorn, Capricorn is one of the most persistent, resilient, determined signs in the zodiac. So we have really beautiful, strong energies present with us after quite a turbulent 13 moons that we've had. So yes, we have this Capricorn energy present with us during this first lunar cycle of 2021 so that we can integrate some important learnings and wisdom in our bodies so that we can receive the momentum to create 2021 from a deep rooted space. So I am curious to hear how you are feeling during this time. Most importantly, share with me how your body is feeling. And if you are watching the replay, then I would also invite you to please share with me how you are feeling, how your body is feeling, specifically during this lunar cycle. We women are lunar beings. So it's really normal for us to feel heightened emotions during these times of the lunar cycle, during the new moon, full moons, the dark moons specifically. So I'm really curious to hear that from you. In this video, I will be sharing with you about the energies that are present alongside Capricorn so that we can utilize this wisdom and and utilize the wisdom of our feminine so that we can create some foundation. And I'll be speaking more about that to move forward. Um, with every new moon the zodiac sign energies are present for us, and we can choose to use these aspects to work with the cosmic alignment, or we can simply go into new moon intentions and rituals and um, intention setting and all of that. I like to dedicate my new lunar cycle based on whatever energy is present and what it is asking me to look into in my life, and how my desires are correlated and how we can work together. So in that ways I don't feel overwhelmed, but also I feel a sense of direction in what I want to create for the new moon, for the new lunar cycle. I can see some sisters joining. I'm in two platforms. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm let's begin. I want to keep this short, and towards the end, I will also be doing Divine Feminine Oracle reading for those present live or those who would like to receive. So, Capricorn. Capricorn is the earth sign. It is denoted by the mountain goat. If you look at the zodiac sign, you would see a skinny mountain goat. So the energies that are present with Capricorn is the energy of an empire builder. So this is why I said in the beginning that Capricorn energy is one of the most resilient, determined, and very strong energies because this strength, this rootedness, this foundation is so important to create a very strong structure. So, so Capricorn energy is the energy of the empire builder, which is all about creating solid foundations. So I wanted to share with you 3 or 4 specific dominant energies of Capricorn, so that we can feel into how those energies are reflecting in our lives, in which ways we can utilize those um, the wisdom from those energies, and create solid foundations in this first lunar cycle of 2021. So let's take a deep breath and get present in this inquiry. It's been a long day. So Capricorn is all about building solid foundations, as I said. And so this new moon is asking us to take a closer look at our relationships, especially. This is because we are very much affected by our relationships, specifically during this time. We are forced to be, be indoors, and many of us are facing a lot of different kinds of challenges in our relationships because of this global pandemic that is going on. Too close, too far, too much, too less, and all of that. So this new moon is asking us to take a closer look at our relationships, especially where things may be a little bit shaky. So this is a good time to look into your relationships, what we want to grow into. This can mean working on relationship that we want to nurture and grow. If there is something in your life that you feel that the relation, the person, um, that you think that you want to grow into more, or if there is something that you want to move away from, something that is not working. So this moon is asking us to set up structures that will support us in walking through this year along with our relations in a much harmonious way. So here is the inquiry: where are you called to build solid structures in your life? And if you want, you can note this down, and you can share whatever comes up with you in the comments, or you can have a note of it in your journal and share with me. Share with me later if you feel like, oh, something is wrong. Can somebody please tell me if they can hear me well, or I am unable to read the comments for some reason. Hang on here as you go into your inquiry. So um, where in your life, yes, you can hear. Okay, and okay, I had this option turned off. YouTube. So where in your life are you called to create solid structures right now? 3 areas that I specifically look into every new moon, every new lunar cycle is one of the first area is of my relationships, specifically the relations that are close to me, my beloved, my family, my friends, the society the community that we live in. So that's one aspect. The second aspect that you can look into is the work that you do. So this can be something that you're doing professionally, something that you are aspiring to do, something if you know what your purpose is and you're living that, and it's the work that you put out in the world. So where are you required to build solid structures around that? And the third aspect that I like to look into is I like to say the sacred me. And within this aspect, what comes is my lifestyle, my health, my well-being. So There can be a long list of what all is required, but I would like to always go with one. You know, when we do intention setting during lunar cycles, there is a specific process as well to not just set intentions, but to receive and manifest it as well. And that works best when we take one thing from each area and work on it, work towards it, energize it, because we will have 12 more lunar cycles to complete this 2021. So there is no rush here. So think about one thing that comes up in your relationships, one thing that comes up in your work, in your profession, your dharma, as they say in Sanskrit. And then one thing about yourself that you think that you are required to build solid structures on. So if there is something that is popping up for you right now, you feel free to share, or take this note and journal and spend some time under the moon or in the quietness to go into this deep inquiry. The second aspect of Capricorn energy is it being an earth sign. And this also corresponds to it being resourceful. So the Capricorn energy once again enables us to fully utilize the resources that we already have available to create more of what we need. Not to think of what else do I want or should I go get to create my desires, but what else can I use that I already have? So when you are thinking of these solid structures, solid foundations, think about the resources that you already have, you already possess. This could be materialistic resource, or this could be even resource like the understanding that we have. Yeah. So this is quite linked. The first two inquiry is quite linked, creating solid foundations, but also the second inquiry is about looking at what we need on the physical level and how to make life better through the resources that we have. It could be even applying the understanding that we have, because our understanding is a big pool of resource that we have underutilized. So, what I really mean to say is that there's so many things that we already know that could be working for us. So you don't have to go and buy another thing or do another shopping to create those solid foundations. That will be another excuse to put it off. And the inquiry you can go into, um, looking into what resources you already have to create momentum. And it can also be about looking inwards. So let me know if this is resonating, if these inquiries are bringing something up for you in any ways. If as I'm speaking and sharing these energies, is something that you already know is coming up for you. Is there any awareness? I'd love to know that. Yeah, I'd love to know that. And the third inquiry that I want to say is reflections. As I said, that Capricorn again is a very resilient energy, and a lot of resilience comes from reflection. It comes from looking back and integrating that. So this new moon also gives us this perfect time. Especially we might be feeling that in our bodies, that heaviness and that um, lethargy, that stiffness, or that lack of motivation or inspiration. And one of the ways to create, to use that energy rather than condemning it or judging it, but we can use that energy to create forward momentum. And this we can do by reflecting on. So think about the obstacles that you have overcome, the success that you have achieved, the bridges that you have crossed, the challenges that you have faced to be where you are right now. And this is important. I know when the calendar ticks on to the next year, we go into New Year resolutions and go into the doing mode, and then many of us women are not feeling it in our bodies, and then we beat ourselves up, thinking that we are not doing more, we're not pushing forward, or we just are not in sync. Yeah. So when we give ourselves the time to see the path that we have walked, look back into the last year, see the path that we have walked, and when we realize what we have achieved, you will see the worth in you. So use this moon to acknowledge your success, and your successes include your failures. I like to call my failures as my secondary successes as well, because in the end they have taught me something more about myself. So yes, there are successes and then there are failures, but then failures are just byproducts of success according to me, because I learned something from it. So yeah. So what I can invite you to do is take some time tonight, light a candle, do a short recap of acknowledge your successes, your achievements, your challenges that you have overcome, the bridges that you have crossed, as I said, over the last few years. Yes, I'm talking about few years, especially since 2012. 2012 is when we went into this global awakening state, and then this 2020 we finally entered into the age of Aquarius. So these last 8 years have been a great curve for a lot of us who are in this spiritual growth, who have dedicated their lives to figuring out, finding out, inquiring more about our soul's journey. So take some time and do a short recap of 2012. Yes, go back to that time. And I'm not saying you to start thinking and digging back the past, but give yourself a couple of minutes. 2012, what comes up? How was the year overall? Anything significant that you experienced or that you remember? So allow yourself to really acknowledge your path of stepping into this Aquarian age. Foundation rituals. I have tools. I just have them set aside. Yes, Melissa. Yes, so many of us can relate with you on this. So yeah, do that for 2012, and then move on to 2013, and literally spend 1 or 2 minutes. I'm not asking you to take an hour for each year, but allow yourself to see what comes intuitively. Yes. So what comes up? How was the year? What did you do? Where were you? What was something very significant that you remember? Something good, something bad? Because all of that has contributed to making you right now. And as we enter this age of Aquarian, it is time to acknowledge the soul's journey and the growth that we have chosen in this lifetime. So it's important to do this last 8 years of reflection, so that we then get the momentum to create more of what we desire for this coming year. So let me know if this makes sense. And then the next inquiry I want to share is, of course, about desire. As I said, that the mountain goat, yeah, the Capricorn energy, is inviting us to dare to desire. This mountain goat is really resilient. As I said, is a stubborn energy. It's not shaken by the heights and the steep terrains. That's why it's the mountain goat. Yeah, it goes through all those unlikely places, reaching the top of the mountain. So the message from the mountain goat is, despite whatever you are facing right now, any obstacles, adversity, never ending challenges, we are invited to remain clear in our intentions and and focused on our deep desires, and trust the process, enjoy the journey, because there is no limit. So dare to desire. If there is something that you think is too big for you to desire, to intend, to receive, to manifest, it's fine. You can still dare. And the good thing about this daring would be that you'll be at least one step closer to your desire than what you were yesterday. So every day, choose to dare, to desire. So here is the inquiry question for you for this aspect. You can make a note of it, or you can share in the chat. Where have you become complacent in your life? Why this question? Because this question allows us to remind ourselves of the big desires that we have, or even the small desires that we have, or even where we have allowed ourselves to settle in our lives. Now, you may think that, no, I'm fine, I'm doing well. Allow yourself to go underneath that layer, because there is always something that we desire more for. This is what keeps us alive, keeps keeps our passion alive. This is what makes us feel alive even. So where have you become complacent in your life right now? And yesterday in the Feminine Wisdom Bite 1, we spoke about desires and not settling and the internal conflicts. So you can go and watch that and use that as an inspiration to for this new moon journaling to answer this question. Where have you become complacent in your life? Now, there is a dark feminine inquiry as well. How can I miss that? Yes. I shared a video yesterday along with a mudra practice. It is on Facebook. I hope you got to watch it, or if not, I will send the link in the replay email. And in that video, I shared about a dark feminine inquiry along with a mudra practice for Capricorn energy. So have a look at that, and it's a 20 minutes video on its own, all about that. So I'm curious about your new moon rituals. What is happening right now in your lives, and how are you allowing yourself to mark this beginning of the year, this new lunar cycle, the first lunar cycle of 2021? So what is present with you? Please share with me if you have any interesting ideas. I also want to briefly share with you about my sensual lifestyle visioning process. Before that, I want to laugh about something. I was going to share with you this a page that would explain everything about the sensual lifestyle visioning process, and I had written the content for it, and um, I had to put that out on my website, and I've been procrastinating on that for last 4 days, believe me or not, for some reason. And today I got myself to do that. I thought, okay, I'm going to spend an hour and do that on my website. So when I go live, I can share with my sisters the sensual lifestyle visioning process, so we can use that as well as part of this January month of dreaming and gestating and all of that. And guess what? My website broke down. So again, so it gave me 4 hours of stressful time just before this live class, and it was also a great reminder of the Capricorn energy um, for me into looking into solid foundations. In my work, I have been procrastinating a lot of work with improving my website for the last 1 year, and I've been telling that to my husband that got to do this month of January. I've got to complete it somehow. And there you go. My website is now barely working, and it's an indication that I have to do this. So I find all these synchronicities really amusing because it's an indication that we are in sync somehow. So I take that as signs straight from the divine. So yeah, so the sensual lifestyle visioning process, I can speak a little bit briefly about it, and tomorrow I'll share with you in detail. It's a three-stage process that I've created, and it is pretty much a set of rituals to prepare you for the new year, so that you can slowly transition into the new year feeling ready in your body. Go through the proper reflection phase, not as when the Gregorian calendar strikes. But when you really feel complete in your body, and how? Through rituals, and then create your vision, or maybe reframe your vision for the current year using the feminine wisdom, utilizing the power of your senses. And it also gives you tools to integrate feminine and masculine embodiment practices um, in your daily life that are simple and fun. So that on days when you feel demotivated or sluggish, you then become reminded of your sacred desires. So you don't have to be all the time in the doing mode, but what this process allows you to do is to continuously energize your true desires. So I'll share that with you tomorrow. So stay tuned. For those of you who already have this sensual lifestyle visioning process, then check out the access page in a couple of days' time. Hopefully, my website will be up by then, as I have added quite a few new beautiful resources. So now is the time for live readings. If any one of you would like some oracle guidance, please let me know. So before we were beginning our call, I was called to pull out the Kuan Yin oracle deck to share the reading. So if any one of you are interested, you can just type in a yes, and I will pull out a card for you. If not, that's fine too. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I am here for the next minute or so. So if I don't see anything popping up, I will wrap up this session for today. What I want to say is that the questions that I shared with you today are really potent. So give yourself the time to go through it in detail. And also share with me. I'm curious what comes up. Is there any way I can hold space for you or celebrate you in doing this inquiry? I would like it. Okay, Melissa, thank you for showing up. I'm going to pull a card for you. So as I'm pulling a card for you, Melissa, just feel into your inquiry or anything, any question that you have. So we get connected in the energetics of the ether. So this beautiful Kuan Yin goddess form comes up. And the message here is read the golden, read the future golden. It's coming as mirrored for me. Let me know if you can actually see it normally or if it's mirrored for you too. And if you remember the title, Melissa, I will be happy to send you a snap of it on Facebook. Just PM me the name and I'll send you the snap of it and you can read that out. So basically, Kuan Yin is assisting you to weave your future into the present moment, to call in an opportunity, circumstances that are waiting for you, to enable your soul to live its divine destiny. Beautiful. All right, pulling this out for Sadhana, sister. Feel into your inquiry, your question, whatever it is for you. And let's see what Goddess Kuan Yin has to tell us. So this beautiful goddess, look at her, lush, beautiful goddess, and call of the dancing crane. It's the call of the dancing crane. Yeah. So please send me the name of this, and I will send you a snap of both sides so you can read and save it for future reference. Call of the Dancing Crane is about the dancing crane that moves through waters and muddy marsh with elegance and grace. And I know you exhibit grace, but every time I've seen you, you're such a graceful being. So explore movement, sound, and beauty to help you heal and release old emotions and become radiant and free. That's the message from Kuan Yin for you. This is for Sister Chris. Lovely to see you here. Fill into your inquiry, and I'm going to pull out a card for you. Okay, there is this Kuan Yin with musical instrument, and what it says, Amaryllis lute. You're welcome, Sadhna. I hope your health is beautiful as well as your beautiful soul. So, Chris, the message for you is you are growing fast, leaving fear behind. No matter how important it is in your old life, it might not have the same place in your life, new life right now. Accept the healing change now. Amaryllis lute. I don't know what exactly that means, but that's the message for you. Who is next? Okay. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Or what's your first name? Please let me know. I'm drawing a card for you. And that's the version of Kuan Yin. And it's called 10 Sisters of Light. And what the message is that you've been here before, lived many lifetimes. So your soul has learned skills in the past lives. It is time to reawaken and reclaim those past life gifts. So that's all from me, sisters, for this time. Tomorrow we will be, you're welcome, sisters. Tomorrow we will be joining here same time. And we will be talking about how we sabotage ourselves by goal setting. We'll be looking into the dynamics of goal setting and visioning. And yeah, again, my intention is to inspire your feminine to invite this new year from a different perspective. So, if there are no questions, I would like to end sending you beautiful energies from India during this first lunar cycle. This week in India, there are a lot of celebrations, festivities in different states because they are marking the beginning of a new year as well through various festivities, basically in different ways. So it's interesting how all of these coexist in our society. So I'm sending you a lot of love. Thank you so much for being here. I hope these inquiries serve you in your highest good. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you, receiving your presence in the next Feminine Wisdom Bite.